Good morning again. This is John Marling, Pulse Research. Let's begin. I want to thank you very much for taking the time. I know you've got a very busy schedule today to join our webinar. And today's webinar will be sharing some secrets and best practices on how to use the Ad Seller Teaser program to break through and get the appointment with those tough advertisers out there. We have two very special guests this morning joining us to share some of their thoughts and best practices. Jenny Ritchie, she's with the Palm Beach Post, and look at that, she did 382 teasers in just 10 days. You know, with the in the best North American contest we had in early February. Also joining us is Colleen Bell. She's from the Eagle Tribune, north of Boston. She did 56 teasers in 10 days. And Mr. Thomas Frank, unfortunately, won't be able to join us this morning, but he shared some of his thoughts with us for the webinar. He had something unexpectedly come up. So I want to welcome Jenny and Colleen. How are you guys doing this morning?
Good, thank you.
Excellent, excellent. I sure appreciate you taking the time, and congratulations again on your success in the North American Sales Contest and taking the time this morning to share some of your thoughts with us on how you did it. Okay. So what I'd like to cover first is many of you joining the webinar might not know what a teaser is. And so I'd like to share with you where the idea of a teaser came from. I was out making a four-legged sales call, and Jenny, you might not know this. It was down there in Palm Beach. And we had an appointment with a gentleman at a fitness center. And the appointment is 1 o'clock, and myself and the ad rep went in at 1 and walked up to the receptionist and said, "Hi, we're from the Palm Beach Post, and we're here for a meeting with I think his name was Dan at 1 o'clock." And she very condescendingly said, "Well, I'm sorry, Dan isn't here today. He's gone this afternoon." And the ad rep kind of nudged me, and she said, "His car's parked out back." And the receptionist said, once again, kind of, sneering, she said, "Well, give me your business card, and of course I'll hand it, pass it off to him." And so the ad rep was handing the business card to the reception. I said, "Wait a minute, give me your card here." And on the back of the business card, I wrote, "How would you like to connect with over 2,873 local households who plan to change or get a new fitness center in the next 12 months? Give us a call." And I handed her the business card. Guess what happened? Within 1 hour, he called back and he said, "I want to get together." And at that point, I realized that sharing some of the information from the Pulse of America survey about and for their business was extremely effective in getting their attention. So that was kind of the catalyst of the teaser program. So what I want to do now is hop in, and what we've done in your ad seller program is for every one of the 660 business categories, and I'm going to log in live here to the ad seller demo site and share with you to make sure we're all on the same page here where the teasers are. So on your home page, and remember now everything in Ad Seller is also mobile function. So you can access with your cell phone or your tablet. Just click on prospects up here and look at this. There's a list of over 660 businesses where we have documented the purchasing of your audience for that business category. So look here, every single business category, you'll note here, there's a teaser link. And so let's go down here and click on the teaser link for the furniture store. And look at this, up pops the talking points, just like I used there in Palm Beach with a fitness center. How would you like to connect with 6,375 local households who are going to spend $5.7 million at furniture stores? I have some additional information to share about furniture shopping plans. Now, this is set up so that the number of households in spending is projected off of your audience, and it defaults to your base audience. But look at this, you can in real time edit the projected number of households in spending in the teaser based on the audience options that you have. So if that's the teaser program and how to access it, it's right on your ad seller program in the prospecting. And every single business category has a link to the teasers. So back to our program this morning. I'd like to now ask Jenny and Colleen to share with us some of their success stories in breaking through and using the teaser program to get appointments with some of those tough advertisers. So, who would like to begin this morning, Jenny or Colleen?
I can go first,
Okay,
Gina.
great.
So what I do is when I email them, I use our CRM tool to get the emails, and for like accounts who aren't running with us anymore, or they've ran with us in the past, and I'll email them out. And I usually just pick like a category, so then I can be like category specific, and I send it out, and that works well. And then I always like to mention that it's a free report, and I also will say, because they might think like, why are you doing this? So I also like to mention that in an effort to be a business partner with the local business community, this is why we invested into pulling this information. So I'll do that. And then sometimes when I'm calling on the phone, I say that we hired, and I mentioned Pulse Research, and I don't spit out the numbers. Only for me, it's difficult the numbers feel like they get jumbled in my mouth. So I just say that, we hired a research firm called Pulse Research to take a look at our readers and see what they're looking to spend specifically in your category over the next 12 months. Is this something that you would be interested in? And that it's, now again, I say it's totally free. And sometimes they say yes, and sometimes they say no. But when they say yes, I find that those people already have a need. So they're saying yes. So then when I go see them, they're more apt to allow me to continue the sales process farther. And if they say no, they're always at least want to keep the relationship going with me.
Excellent. Very good. Colleen? Or was that Jenny who just spoke? I'm sorry.
It was Gina.
Okay, Gina. Okay, sorry. And Colleen, share some of your success stories with us, please. Colleen, are you there?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Hello?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Yeah, okay. So once again, I'm inside sales, so I'm allowed to really make a lot more emails, and I always follow up with phone calls if I haven't heard back from them. I do the same thing. I target one certain category. Like right now, I've been running an Easter page, so I'm calling all the churches in the area where I am, the Merrimack Valley, Southern New Hampshire. Some won't respond back to me. If they don't, I definitely give them a call back. Same thing, we're running a Haverhill magazine, so I'm targeting everybody for the magazine and that. And again, with my camp pages. So I hit everybody that is just in this area. And again, you get some calls back, you don't. And a lot of times I send out the main teaser that the Pulse Research sends. And then a lot of times I follow up with a personal one. And it seems like sometimes for that I even get, people to call me back a little more. So I just keep, going at them and just keep trying to get them. That's really kind of all I can think of. Like I said, I'm just inside sales, so it just makes it easy for me to sit at the desk and just keep calling and emailing everybody.
Perfect. Awesome. Let me share with you a success story that I participated in. It was up in Vancouver, British Columbia, and it was with the inside team, and we were making some cold calls. And we were calling on a realtor who had never ever advertised in the publication. And so the inside team member was sharing the specific talking points of the teaser. He said, how would you like to connect with, over, and I can't remember the exact number, but, let's say 5,000 households are going to list their home. And before he got out the total number of listing potential dollars, the gentleman said, stop. And the ad rep kind of goes, oh my gosh, what's wrong? And he says, how soon can you see me? And it was just absolutely a breakthrough because this person had never given at the time of day. And now he says, stop. He says, how soon can you see me? So kind of in summary, to what Gina said, Gina and Colleen, is it's a way to get their attention. So now what I thought we'd do, and you kind of covered some of this already, is what are the steps you use? And Jeannie, you specifically said you target a category, and Colleen, you said too, you're targeting churches right now. So I presume that that would be recommended first step, to the group this morning is identify a business category, correct?
Yes,
Yes.
I like using the category because it allows me to reach, I think it's a time saver and it allows me to reach more people at one time, especially the email or if I'm on the phone. Then I could do a category and then I just make one call after another. And then then you get in the rhythm. Like if you're switching categories, sometimes, it kind of like messes up with the rhythm. So I would say focus on like one category at a time.
Okay, perfect. And any suggested categories? Frank had told me he's been focusing on retirement homes with great success recently.
I find, and I think you gotta look at your market and your product. I focus on categories that I know our product works well for. So like, we're newspapers, so we're predominantly read by seniors. So I'll target categories where the businesses want to have senior customers. And also, I find that smaller businesses, I tend to get more appointments with, and they're more the ones who want to continue the relationship.
Perfect. Colleen?
Yes, exactly what Gina had said. I definitely target the same people. Say, for instance, we're doing a home improvement section. I'll call everybody an email, the landscapers, carpenters, roofers, anybody, again, in the Merrimack Valley, southern New Hampshire, who would like to get into that home improvement section. And it makes it just easier because if it's published in, just say, April 20th and the deadline is April 5th, I just want to get everybody out of the way and just get a yes or no from them. And again, I just do the same thing. I start with the categories and just keep making emails and phone calls back to them. So I get yes or no.
Perfect. And I'd like to remind you, I've hopped back to the live site now, and in your prospecting tool, if you clicked on section here, it'll bring up all of the business categories that we did the research. And so let me just point out, you've got, financial services, you've got retail, you've got health and medical. So you've got available for you over 600 business categories. That is a phenomenal first step in identifying specific niches to target. And what's cool about this, and very, very positive, it gives you in the right-hand column here the actual close ratio, average sale, and what that business category's rank is in numbers sold across North America. So for instance, your optician eyeglass store, 44% close ratio, 2.3 thousand average sale, and out of 660 business categories, it ranks number 26 in overall number of sales. So just a quick reminder, the prospecting tool is an excellent way to identify those prospect categories, that Gina and Colleen mentioned a moment ago. Point number two in kind of preparing for this program, and here's one of the things Frank said, and Colleen just said it a moment ago, is once they've identified a business category, they send out the teaser to every single business in that category, making it very efficient and getting it, into the flow of it. And Frank said that he would then email to all of the dentists in his territory. Okay. Point number three that this, kind of discussed is you can send the teaser either by email or by text or a phone call. The question I have for you ladies this morning is you've done a remarkable job in the number of teasers that you send out during the contest. How did you send out so many? What's your secret to that?
I sent them the way I got them. I was emailing them, and of course you can't email them if you don't have the email. So I used our CRM tool, and I was just emailing like every day. I would just pick a category, and I would just email the entire category.
Perfect.
And same thing. Same thing I did as Gina does. Same thing. I just focus on the category. I do first off emails, and again, I always follow up with a phone call if I haven't heard back from them one way or the other. I just find it just does work for me.
Very good. So obviously the secret is pick the category, a home improvement business category, send all of them in the category, okay? And then follow up with a phone call. Frank had suggested when I talked to him that he follows up in about a week. What is your recommendation to the group this morning? How long do you wait to follow up?
Oh, this is Colleen. Yes, what I do, it all depends. If I email them, say, for instance, on a Monday, I even do it before the end of the week. A lot of times I'll get back to them depending on the time I have Thursday, Friday, and the latest usually on Monday.
I've only been following up with the ones that like my personal email list. If I'm emailing from the CRM tool, I don't necessarily follow up on every single one of those because sometimes there's just too many. But my personal email list, like I'll send it, and then maybe if I don't hear back from them, then maybe in a couple of days I'll give them a call or I'll text them.
Perfect. And then, some more stories about the actual results. Some of the things I've heard in preparing for this meeting and, talking with Frank and talking with you guys. Frank said they're much more open to talk when you first sent them the teaser, that they realize that you got information about and for their business. And one of you ladies said the other day when we were chatting that it's a real door opener. So let's kind of focus on what's been the actual results, kind of the breakthroughs in getting their attention and getting their appointment. Would you agree they're much more open to talk?
I do agree with that. When you send the teaser, what Frank was saying, you send the teaser first. Absolutely. And again, that's why I do that first. And again, make the phone call. They'll call me back. I'll call them back. And then, like you said, they already know, we know already about their business, and we'll have the answers to follow up with them for.
Excellent. Colleen, any additional thoughts on the results that you'd like to share with everybody?
Like I say, I think just being persistent, if you think, especially if they do email you back or do call you back, there's an interest there. So that's like I said, then I definitely go after them a little more. I don't overpower myself at all, but I just say we have this. Again, and if they say no at this certain time, I say, listen, I'll keep your mind if we're having any, like a March Blitz or something, any specials. And then you're just building a relationship. And I was able to get a couple more people. One of the music stores who had never done anything with us, we had a great deal going on. He jumped in it. He got some results from it. Has said no to me this past week, but he said, please keep me in mind. Any other specials going on? So now I have a relationship with him where he never even thought to advertise in the Eagle, the North of Boston Media Group, the paper.
Awesome.
So I've got a lot with that kind of recently.
Very good. Very good. Okay. So another thought we have is using the teasers in person. And when I've been out there making four-legged sales calls, what I found very productive is I just grab my smartphone, and as I shared with you a moment ago, I go into the Ad Seller program, click on prospecting, and then identify the business category and pull right up on my phone the information from the teaser. So as I go in, it gives me kind of the confidence that I've got a couple of talking points immediately to engage with them. In fact, one of the ad reps told me a couple months ago what they like about the teaser and using it in person as the initial engagement is it gives them what to say after I say hello and immediately gets their interest. And I know that Colleen, you're inside, but Gina, you're outside. Have you used the teaser program kind of as a breakthrough, as kind of on a cold call, as you're out there making those personal presentations?
Yeah, actually, I have. I typically use when I do that. It's like when we have like a section, or special. We call them special section, but like a home improvement or something like that. But what I'll do is I'm like a generic presentation, like for home improvement, and I'll just put like some couple of categories, or I forget what we call them, but like what people are looking to buy. And then I'll go in there and I'll give them the teaser. And then if they're interested, then I kind of go over the generic one. But I want the next appointment. So what I do, I'm like, this is just a generic overview or category. If you like, I can get more specific on what you're looking at. And then I kind of start asking like some needs analysis questions, so then I can get that next appointment.
Excellent. Well done. Perfect. Because you grab their attention with information about and for their business. And so now they want more information, correct?
Yes.
Awesome. Awesome. Let's chat a bit about why teasers work. One of my enlightenment, I was doing a focus group in Fort Wayne, Indiana, and there were about 20 business persons on a panel. And we were just really trying to learn more about their business and their status. And one of the things they made very, very clear is in an average week, they get 40 to 60 times per week. They're being called, emailed, or people stopping in person trying to get their business. 40 to 60 times per week, somebody from a media is contacting them. And they said, look, we don't have the time. And so obviously they become very good at saying, no, I'm not interested, etc. So I asked this panel of business people who had said, look, we're busy, we're getting bombarded. So I asked them, what does a media rep need to do to get your attention and get the appointment? And here's what they said. Tell us you have a solution, an idea to help us get more customers and revenue. And in essence, that's what the teaser is. It's about and for their business. It gives them that insight that you have information, ideas, solutions for their business, information about and for their business. Because traditionally, what we've talked about is our business, your circulation, maybe some testimonials and things like that. But frankly, they're far more interested in their business. And so the teasers focus on their business. So take it from there. Gina, I think you said right on. Or
I'm here. I'm sorry. I have a cough, so sometimes when I cough, I put you on mute. I apologize.
Oh, no
I want
problem.
you guys to hear the cough. But I totally agree with what you just said, and also I think why the teasers work so well is because when you're calling, you're not selling them anything. You're providing them with information that they would be interested. Because as a business owner, if I have the opportunity to know what people in the community are looking to buy, I would want to know. So I think that's what gets them, and I think that's why they work well.
Perfect.
And then to that point, this is maybe going a little off track, but when I get the appointment and I'm there talking to them and I'm going through the presentation, I also say, because I want the sale, right? I don't want to just give them the information and then that's it. So then I kind of start teasing them some more, saying, okay, so they're looking to buy, rugs. Well, why is this good information to know? Because then in your marketing, if these many people are looking to spend this amount of money in rugs, this is something that you should promote.
Exactly. Colleen, any additional thoughts on why teasers work for you?
Yeah, same thing. It opens the door and it definitely starts a conversation. And again, I explain to them, targeting the category. Again, back to the home improvement section. I'll send them the teaser and just say, this is where it can help promote your business. I really should be in this section. The same thing, just opening the door and to get a conversation going.
Excellent. Excellent. So in closing, it's now 8:56 here in Portland, Oregon. We promised to keep this to 30 minutes. I want to thank Gina and Colleen very, very much for taking the time and especially for sharing their thoughts this morning on their best practices and recommendations on how the teasers work for them. So ladies, thank you very, very much. We appreciate it.
You're welcome. Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
And our recommendation at Pulse, and this came from one of our clients up in Connecticut, they said 3 teasers by 9 a.m. each day, 3 by 9. And what they're suggesting is that each person by 9 a.m. sends out 3 teasers. It has been phenomenally successful at getting appointments, phenomenally successful for all the reasons we talked about, because the teasers are about and for their business, it gets their attention, and their interest. For you who've been on the webinar this morning, thank you so much for your business and your support. And Pulse is totally committed to help you in any way that we can. If you have any questions or suggestions, please email me, Marling, MARLING, @paper.net. And we recorded the session this morning, so if you'd like a link to the recording, please let me know. So once again, thank you very much. Have a great day and good selling. Thanks.
Thanks. Bye-bye.
Bye.